From Ohio County Park in Beaver Dam, Kentucky, Outdoor Life Network presents the American Kennel Club Small Pack Option National Beagle Championship. And we start with the 13-inch female winners pack. These are dogs that have made it to this third and final series. And right now I'd like to introduce my broadcast partner from the American Kennel Club, Mel Stewart. And Mel, very early going here. Let's talk a little bit about what it takes to do well in a hunt.
Well, first off, you've got to have a little bit of luck, as we say, because all these hounds are very good at what they do. These hounds has come through 3 series already, and this is the winner's pack, and this is for all the marbles.
They've been let loose in the pack now, trying to sniff out that rabbit. Now, obviously, as we can see, beagles have very similar markings. All of these dogs look the same, and we check out the lineup of those dogs that have made the finals. The colors represent their collars, as well as numbers that have been painted on the side of these dogs. That will help the judges determine one for the other. And the noise very clearly indicates they're onto something.
That's correct. The game has been raised in their way, and as you notice, as we go through on the last hound that went through, you can really see that color collar that stands out in this underbrush, and that really helps the judge to determine who's doing the best job. And here comes the rabbit himself. If you'll watch, he uses everything, including that concrete drive right there. The hounds are in full pursuit. As you will see, they use the scent from both the body scent and footprint scent. Now, the concrete will cause a problem, which you will refer to as a check or a loss. And the judges score a lot of the score is based on who regains the trail. As you see them working up through here, the rabbit is always about 20 to 30 feet in front of them.
Elaborating a little further on the judging, as the dogs now make their way across the road, certainly a good 20 seconds behind that rabbit, and then recross their own path. The judges are looking for, if you were to pinpoint 4 important attributes, what are they?
Number 1 is ability. Rule says a hound must search. One that fails to, the judges must order him up. Second is they will test them for gunshot, a blank cartridge, and they don't want them to run. And then the third is to stay at their work, as these hounds are doing. As you can see, they're really searching for that rabbit. Now, they work both sides of the road. Now, the hound that just picked that up, the yellow-collared hound, the judges really scored him. They also look for a hound that consistently keeps contact with the trail, as you see this white-collared hound in front now do it.
And as this final series unfolds, the judges will continue to pick up dogs until perhaps only a few remain. Those will be the top contenders for the final judging for a national championship. Much more to come from Kentucky right after this. Welcome to Beaver Dam, Kentucky, where the picture tells the entire story. This
last year's AKC National Field Champion, Elm Streak's Cody, the 13-inch male winner. As you can see, this hound is a versatile little animal. He can be a family pet, or as his owner uses him, to pleasure run and to actually hunt. You also will notice today that the rabbit that we're pursuing has several obstacle courses he can lay down for these hounds. One is the gravel road. The other is the blacktop that you see. They will use these to their advantage. And in the fields, as you'll notice, this is some cerisa. It's in the dead stages now, in that frost kills it every year. The rabbits use this to raise their young. And Tim, don't ever feel sorry for the rabbit, because he has a bag full of tricks he can pull on these hounds. And it takes the very best to unravel the puzzle.
All right, Mel, and that puzzle continues as the 13-inch female pack continues. We have microphones on the judges to give us a closer insight on the action.
I got nothing on the wall. I'm going to get a little on yellow. I'm getting a little on green. I got it. Well, I'm getting both ways on yellow.
Yeah.
Yep. Low road dog would be silver. Yeah, and then bull. For me, I agree. Well, that put us down to... That's 5 dogs. Yeah. But then we can let them run from there.
As you'll notice, they were referring to color collars instead of dog or hound, or the hound's name. They do that because it stands out. And you heard one statement say low score is on silver. Well, that's one of the determining factors. Evidently, he's been in the pack, but he has not contributed to impress the judges.
Another rabbit on the move. We'll see how the dogs respond here.
I don't like how the barking didn't go off someplace else. If it smells something, it should stay with it. He just stay where it's got scent, not barking and move off.
Now, going back to what you were talking about earlier, Mel, the rabbit themselves, does the dog ever actually catch the rabbit?
No, Tim, unless the rabbit that they're pursuing is sick or weak for whatever reason. They would prefer that judges make a quick decision, as these little hounds put a lot of pressure on the rabbit. As you see the gallery, the large gallery following, trying to see as much as possible. You see the judges and the marshal. Here again is a good shot of the collars themselves. This hound right here that's working right here, he's really scored because he's recovering the trail. Some of the others working off to the side that we don't see is not doing anything really.
And the judges now making even more determinations, probably even more cuts. And as they are hunting...
They're going to eliminate one right here. Excuse me for interrupting, but this will show you the marshal, for whatever reason, they are eliminating him from the pack. So his day is done, and his owner can take him and go on to the house.
Well, that's what I was going to get to. They are pack hunting dogs, but is there any advantage to big pack or small pack as this field gets smaller?
The advantage is each one of these hounds has to be an individual, but it's kind of like a baseball team. They each want to hit the home run, but they do have to be consistent and work with each other to perform in a pack manner.
Great point.
And they are individualists, but yet they are part of the team. Another point I'd like to make here is that each one of these qualifying trials, these hounds, both the males and females, are measured at the shoulders. The ones that measure 13 inches and under run in a 13-inch class. The ones that measure over 13 but not to exceed 15 inches at the shoulder compete in the 15-inch class. Over 15 inches, they're ineligible to run.
Another rabbit on the loose, the pack after the rabbit. These dogs are actually trained to not make any of that loud barking noise unless they're on a track.
That's correct. They do have to have contact with the trail when they hark or proclaim the fine. That's the way they do it. If you'll notice here, the dog in front is scoring. Those two to the left, the judges don't like that. They're, especially the green collared, he's kind of in trouble. He may redeem himself. Now they're lined up doing what they're supposed to do. It's a thin line right here because they're very competitive hounds, and these are simulated hunting conditions. The small pack option actually is an option to an existing set of rules, the small pack, and the primary difference was in the original small pack rule, the judge had the option whether to cast the hound or keep him on lead till the game was raised and away. Under small pack option, they do not have, because they are a simulated hunting dog, so therefore they must be cast to search and scored on searching ability, as well as tested for gun shyness. And this primarily is the difference between the two procedures that's offered under the AKC rules.
This pack began with 9 dogs. As you can see, the field has been pared down to 5. They can continue to keep hunting them down until there are just 2 remaining, or they can take a close look at all 5, and from one of those, a winner will emerge.
That's a good point. From as a former judge myself, a lot of times with the 2 opinions, 2 judges, one will like one first, maybe the other one like the other one second or third. So you go down, but looks like in this case they agreed. Evidently they are together because the rule says they must agree, and evidently they have, because they're picking up all 5 of them.
And that marks the end of the 13-inch female pack final, and the winner is Steve Rudisell and Gilkey's Hilltop Freckles, taking top honors at this year's national championship. We can look at endurance or natural abilities or a dog's heart, but if you're looking at this national champion, what aspect is it that has led to such success?
Well, to win these trials, you got to have different gears, you know what I call it. She's got 1st through 5th gear, but she's got the brains to use every one of them gears right. You know, if a rabbit crosses the road and ain't much sense, she'll gear down to 1st gear and walk it. If she can get the sense, she'll jump up to 5th gear like she did here today and just drive that rabbit with control, though.